court is a free service, but it takes several hours of my time every day. Less than 10% of bond court viewers hit the like button, and less than 1% leave a comment. If you want bond court to continue to be available on YouTube for free, then please hit the like button and leave a comment on all of my videos.
Good morning, I'm Judge George, and I'm here for the purpose of conducting the first appearance calendar. There are a few things I need to go over with you prior to beginning the calendar, so please listen carefully, as this will help you to have a better understanding of the nature of today's proceedings. I'm not here to try your case this morning or take a plea in your case. Instead, I'm here to determine whether you'll need the assistance of an attorney to tell you what you are charged with, whether a bond has been set in your case, and if so, how much that bond is, and to advise you of your next currently scheduled court date. Some of you will have unrestricted bonds, which may be cash, commercial, or property bonds. If you post a cash bond, you will deliver the full amount in cash to the sheriff of this county, who will hold it until your final court date and then return those monies to you. If you post a property bond, you'll need to find someone who has equity equal to 3 times the bond amount that's willing to pledge the deed to that property as collateral for your return. For example, if your bond is $2,000, the property will have to have at least $6,000 worth of equity in it in order to be used to secure your bond. If you go through a bonding company approved by the sheriff of this county, you'll have to pay that company a certain percentage. That percentage is usually around 15%, and that percentage will not be returned to you. In the event that you have special conditions on your bond that prohibit you from contacting certain people or going to or around certain places, please understand that I do take those conditions very seriously, and if you were to violate the court's order, you could be charged with aggravated stalking. I want you to be aware of certain rights you have. You have the right to remain silent. If you give up your right to remain silent, any statement you make may be used against you as evidence at any hearing or trial. You have the right to indictment by grand jury for most felonies and by accusation for misdemeanors. You have the right to a speedy and public trial by jury. You have the right to be represented by an attorney. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, or to appoint one for you.
I'm gonna take it back.
I want all of you to listen very, very carefully to what I'm saying, because I don't want you to have to ask me questions when I call your name individually. So listen up. If you are charged with misdemeanors only, if you only have misdemeanors, you will have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing, which means, first I'll explain what a preliminary hearing is. A preliminary hearing is to establish probable cause that the charges should be bound over to state court. If at that point it's determined that probable cause does not exist, your case may be dismissed. If it's determined that probable cause does exist, then your case is bound over to state court. Should you decide that you want to speed up the process and go ahead and resolve your case, you can waive your preliminary hearing. Waiving your preliminary hearing will just make your process go faster, because you will be able to see a state court judge sooner than if you went through the process of having a hearing. But you are entitled to have a hearing if you would like. Okay, so I want you to understand that. Now I'm going to begin calling you up individually, but before I do that, I'd like you all to raise your right hands, please, so I can swear you in. Do you swear or affirm any information given before this court today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to start with the females.
Barry. This is Ms. Barry, Your Honor.
Okay, give me a second, because I'm going to be reviewing these court-appointed forms as I go along, since I got them right before.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Barry, you're charged with terroristic threats and criminal damage to property in the 2nd degree.
Okay.
You have special conditions that you, hold on, let me finish. You have special conditions that you have to stay away from Paula Robinson. You must not violate any laws while out on bond should you get a bond. You have a preliminary hearing scheduled for March the 14th at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. And ma'am, I just want to confirm, you did not fill out your court-appointed attorney form. You don't want an attorney to represent you?
I have one on when it's time to go court, man.
Okay. Do you work?
Yes, ma'am.
Where do you work?
I was at work yesterday, actually.
And how much you make per month?
I actually work with the lady that the Paula, I work for her
Okay, well, how much do you make per month?
per month, like 3,000.
Okay, so you're gonna hire your own attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. I'm ready for Miss Bradley.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, did Ms. Berry have any bond, on any of her charges?
No, she had no bond on both charges.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, are you Miss Bradley?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Miss Bradley, you're charged with simple battery. Your bond is $2,000. You have special conditions that you're to stay away from Onisha Brookins. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. Because you're charged with a misdemeanor, ma'am, you do have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing like I explained earlier. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
I have one question, Judge.
Sure.
They said that she's my family member. She's not my family member. She's my grandkid's mother.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, it's not, okay, I see what you're saying.
And I've been telling this lady to stay away from me for the past 8 months that I put her out. And she
Okay, well, I don't want
keeps
you to go too far in the case because I don't want you to say anything that might incriminate yourself, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Tanisha Bradley. Yes. Then I'm going to see her.
I'm ready for Ariana Burden. Are you Ariana Burden?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Burton, you're charged with driving with no license and possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Your bond is $2,500. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me ask you another question. You did not fill out your court-appointed form. Are you going to hire your own attorney?
No, I don't need one.
You need one?
No, I don't need one.
You don't want one? Okay,
No.
all right. Thank you.
No, thank you.
You're welcome. I'm ready for Starla Parr.
Yes, Your Honor. What's your name?
Stone Hall.
You Starla Carr?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Ms. Carr, you're charged with simple assault. Your bond is $2,500. You have special conditions that you're to stay away from Katrina Hawkins. You can't return to 1209 Magnolia Circle in Jonesboro. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. I've indicated on your bond order that you can make an appointment with the sheriff's office within 10 days of your release to go get any personal belongings that you have there. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing, ma'am?
Excuse me, may I say something, ma'am?
Not about your case, no. But if
Well,
you want to
first
tell
of
me,
all, I live at 1209. She was just staying there.
she was just what?
She was just visiting there. That's my address.
Okay.
And I asked her to
How
leave.
long has she been there?
She's been there maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna leave this like this right now. Talk to your attorney about modifying the conditions for you to be able to go back. You can't, if you go ahead and if you do that, you would be able to go back into the house if we determine that they should be modified. But right now, I'm just gonna leave it as is. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing?
I don't understand all this. I don't understand why I can't go back to my house.
Okay, well, I'm going to put you down for a preliminary hearing and you can speak with your attorney about all of that. Thank you, ma'am.
You right?
When is my permit?
Did you write her?
When is my permit?
March the 15th.
So I have to stay in.
No, you can bond out.
Did you waive the throne?
No, she
No.
No.
You're the Harris.
She was in the door. Yes, Your Honor. This,
You Miss Harris?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, Miss Harris, you're charged with criminal trespass, damage to property. Your bond is $2,500. You have special conditions that you're to stay away from Tashay Benton. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. Ma'am, how much do you make per month? I see you here, you put your hourly rate, but how much do you make per month?
I don't know, I do 40 hours a week.
Okay. All right, and ma'am, do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
I'm sorry, like, I don't know. I didn't say anything. I
You don't understand? Well, I'm gonna put you down for preliminary hearing. I tried to explain it to you in the beginning. That's why I was telling everybody to listen up. So if you,
I was listening.
but you still didn't understand, that's fine. I'm gonna put you down. I'm just gonna put you down for a preliminary hearing on March the 15th at 8:30. If you speak with your attorney and you decide to waive, you can always waive at a later time. Okay,
So if I pay my bond, I can leave?
yes.
What do I have to bond for?
They're gonna let you know more.
I'm ready for Deborah Holland.
Good morning.
Good morning. You Miss Holland?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Holland, you're charged with violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. Your bond is $7,000 on that charge. Driving on a suspended license, $1,500. Driving with no insurance, $1,000. Brake light and signal violation, $500. And use of possession of drug-related objects, $1,500. You have a total bond of $12,000. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. You have a preliminary hearing scheduled for March the 14th at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. And you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, ma'am, so I am going to appoint an attorney to represent you.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
You were inside, weren't you? You were inside?
Yeah, I'm saying that.
Okay.
What do I do?
Go ahead.
Am I just making?
No, you can see what
Oh, yeah.
they brought up people, so.
Yeah, just wait right. Let me get that.
Do you all have a Zephyr Jose?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm ready for her.
It's hoes.
It's Hose? Okay, I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
Zephyr Hose. Did you fill out a court-appointed form?
They didn't give me one.
Okay. All right. Give me 1 second, man. Okay. So ma'am, you're charged with failure to stop for a stop sign and driving with a suspended license. The failure to stop for a stop sign, your bond is $500. Driving on a suspended license is $1,500. You have a total bond of $2,000. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. You do have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing, ma'am, because you're charged with misdemeanors. Would you like to waive?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And do you work?
Yes, ma'am.
How much you make per month?
Probably about 3,000 a month.
3,000? You said 3,000?
I make like 400 a week, so I don't know.
Well, 400 a week, that's $1,600 a month.
Okay, then boom.
Okay. All right, so you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I am going to appoint one to represent you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is that all?
That's all.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
Court done?
Is that all for the females?
We have one more, Your Honor.
And what's her name? Because I don't have any more females.
Kamari County.
I'm sorry.
Kamari County.
Amari Chadwick.
Troutman, Your Honor.
Give me 1 second.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Ms. Troutman, you're charged with criminal trespass. Your bond is $2,500. You have special conditions that you're to stay away from Tamika Troutman. You can't return to 26 Fairview Road, Jonesboro, Georgia. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. I've indicated on your bond order that you can make an appointment with the sheriff's office within 10 days of your release to go get the personal belongings that you have at that location.
Yes, ma'am.
Since you're charged with misdemeanors, ma'am, you do have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I am going to appoint an attorney to represent you because you do qualify, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, that's gonna be all the females on the calendar today.
Okay, thank you so much. And I'm sorry, I see Mr. Hudson there. Can you hear me, Mr. Hudson?
Loud and clear, Judge. Happy New Year to you, my friend.
Thank
How you
you.
doing?
Good. Same to you. I didn't see you there. I'm sorry. I just looked up and saw your name.
Oh,
Is your-
it's fine. I like how fast you move anyway, Judge, so it ain't no problem. I have Darian Purdue. He's a male anyway.
Okay, can we get Purdue first, please?
Good morning, everyone. This is Judge Hughes. We'll begin in a few minutes, but if you are private counsel, if you have not done so already, please name the client you are representing today in the chat.
Yeah, and I'm on two different Zooms, so I'm trying to mute one of them.
Okay,
All right, I'm ready whenever you are, Judge.
okay. Mr. Purdue is charged with battery, family violence, cruelty to children, in the 3rd degree, and aggravated assault. His bond on the battery, family violence is $5,000, cruelty to children $2,000, and aggravated assault $10,000 for a total bond of $17,000.
Thank you, Judge.
You have special conditions, Mr. Purdue, that you have to stay away from Stephanie Stevens. You can't return to 1101 Tar Glen Drive in Hampton. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. I've indicated on your bond order that you can make an appointment with the sheriff's office within 10 days of your release to go get any personal belongings that you have there. Your preliminary hearing is going to be on March the 14th at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom.
Your Honor, we're going to waive the preliminary hearing. Stephanie Stevens is his sister, and I don't believe my client lived at that location. This was a domestic incident between him and his sister.
Okay, so you want to waive the prelim?
Yes, Your Honor, and Mr. Purdue is a business owner, and I'm assuming that he'll be able to make bond. He's a mechanic.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
All right, Your Honor, may we be excused?
Yes, you may. Have a good day.
Great seeing you, Judge George.
You seeing you too.
Yes, sir. Askew? Mr. Askew?
Are you Keith Askew?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Askew, you're charged with failure to register as a sex offender. You have no bond set at this time. You must not violate any laws while out on bond should you get a bond. You have a preliminary hearing scheduled for 8:30 a.m. on March the 14th via Zoom, and you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So.
Ready for Mr. Belt? Christopher Belt?
It's walking up, Judge.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Belt, you're charged with possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. You have no bond at this time. Is it showing that you are on probation, sir? You have a preliminary hearing scheduled for March the 14th at 8:30 via Zoom. And you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, sir, so I am going to appoint an attorney to represent you. Thank you.
Michael Brown.
Ready for Michael Brown?
Yes, ma'am.
Michael Brown, you're charged with violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. Your bond is $6,500. You have special conditions that you must not violate any laws while out on bond. You have a preliminary hearing scheduled for March the 14th at 8:30 via Zoom, and you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, sir. Thank you.
George Bustle.
What's your name, sir?
George Bustle.
Okay, I didn't have any paperwork for Mr. Bustle. Is he supposed to be on today's calendar?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I don't have any paperwork for him. So I don't know if you all want to try to get it to me before we finish, but I didn't get any paperwork for him. And he's crossed off on the list.
Yes, Your Honor. There's a list for FTA. We'll try to figure this out.
Okay.
Eric told me what my bond was, so can I still bill out? Because I already know it.
Yes.
Oh.
All right. Yes, Christopher Childs. Yeah, I got one.
Christopher Childs? Are you Christopher Childs? All right, sir, you're charged with criminal use of a weapon with an altered ID mark. You have no bond set in that charge, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, no bond, due to the fact that you are on probation, sir. You have special conditions that you're not to violate any laws while out on bond. You have a preliminary hearing scheduled for March the 14th at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. And you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney. Thank you, sir.
You said I don't have a bond? Okay.
No, you don't have a bond because you're on probation.
You said March what, 14?
March 14th.
Clyde Moore.
On court, my level.
All right, are you Mr. Clyburn? Mr. Clyburn, you're charged with criminal trespass. Your bond is $2,000. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. You do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I am going to appoint one to represent you. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing, sir?
No.
Okay, your preliminary hearing is going to be on March the 15th at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Quentin Daniel.
All right, Mr. Daniel, you're charged with DUI. Your bond is $5,000 on that charge, and follow too close. Your bond is $500 for a total bond of $5,500. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. Because you're charged with misdemeanor, sir, you have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Would you like to waive?
No, ma'am.
No. Your preliminary hearing is scheduled for March the 15th at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom, and I am going to appoint an attorney to represent you.
Yes, ma'am.
Durden, Leroy Durden.
You, Mr. Durden?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Durden, you're charged with theft by shoplifting. Your bond is $2,000. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. You didn't fill out your court-appointed attorney form. Do you work?
Yes,
And how much you make per month?
3,000.
3,000?
Yes.
You have children?
No.
Okay, all right. So you will have to hire your own attorney. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No.
Okay, your preliminary hearing is going to be on March the 15th at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom.
Okay, I got a question.
Okay,
I already paid a bond of 2,600. Do you see that?
I don't see it, but they should see it on your end. If you already paid the bond, then they have to just process you out. But they should be able to see it on their, they'll see it on their side.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Great.
Okay, Mr. Gray, you're charged with simple assault, in which your bond is $2,500, and criminal trespass, your bond is $2,500 for a total bond of $5,000. You have special conditions to stay away from Shakosman Harris. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. Sir, you did not fill out your court-appointed form. Are you asking for a court-appointed attorney?
No, I have one.
Oh, you have an attorney? Okay.
No.
All right, so you're gonna hire your own attorney. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Hart.
Are you Mr. Hart?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Hart, you're charged with battery, in which your bond is $5,000, and cruelty to children in the first degree, your bond is $7,000. You have a total bond of $12,000. You have special conditions to stay away from Octavius Hart Jr. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. Your preliminary hearing is scheduled for March the 14th at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom, and you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, sir. Thank you.
Can I ask for a bond reduction, please?
Not right now. Talk to your attorney.
Okay.
What's your name, sir?
Aaron Joseph.
Aaron Joseph. Okay, Mr. Joseph, you're charged with the deposit account fraud. I'm sorry, you're charged with deposit account fraud. Your bond is $6,000. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. You have a preliminary hearing scheduled for March the 14th at 8:30 via Zoom. And you do not qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so you will have to hire your own attorney, sir. Thank you.
James Raheem Anthony.
What's your name, sir?
Raheem Anthony James.
I don't have any paperwork for you, Mr. James. Hold on one second. Let me make sure you're on the. Let's see on the list. Just go back, sir. I'll bring you back at the end, okay?
Ma'am.
Mr. Jones.
Roger Jones.
Roger Jones.
Oh, Mr. James was an extradition. That's the problem. All right, Mr. Jones,
Yes, ma'am.
you're charged with 15 counts of theft by taking.
Yes,
Your
ma'am.
bond is $30,000, $2,000 for each charge.
You said 30,000?
Yes, sir. $2,000 for each charge. You have 15 charges.
Yes, ma'am.
You do have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing because you're charged with all of your charges are misdemeanors. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am.
Okay, your preliminary hearing is going to be on March the 15th at 8:30 via Zoom. And I'm just confused here. How much do you earn per month? You have here 10K, 10,000?
Nah, hell nah. I ain't put that.
What did you put there?
I have, you said how much I might make a month?
Yeah, it says how much do you make per month?
For a month, what? Every 2 weeks I get paid 14 every 2 weeks. So that's like what?
Like $3,000, $2,800?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have children?
Yeah, one.
I want to go ahead and appoint an attorney to represent you. Your preliminary hearing is on March the 15th at 8:30. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Are you Mr. Katemi?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, sir, you're charged with battery, family violence. Your bond is $5,000 for that charge, and cruelty to children in the first degree, your bond is $7,000. You have a total bond of $12,000. You have special conditions to stay away from Giselle Valdez. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. You do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I am going to appoint an attorney to represent you. And your preliminary hearing is March the 14th at 8:30 via Zoom. Thank you, sir.
No.
Are you Mr. McLaughlin?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you charged with knowingly driving a motor vehicle on suspended registration? Your bond is $500 for that. Driving on a suspended license, $1,500, and driving with no insurance, $1,000. You have a total bond of $3,000. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing, sir?
Yes.
All right, and you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney. Thank you.
Robert Feller.
Bring your name, sign it. Here.
1 second. Your Honor, got 2 fugitives on the list. Do you want to do them last?
Yes, that's why the gentleman, the last name James, I had his paperwork in a different stack because he's a fugitive. So yes, I'd like to do those last.
Mott.
All right, Mr. Mott, you are charged with forgery in the 4th degree. Your bond is $3,500. You must not violate any laws while out on bond.
Bring your name. No,
You do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I am going to appoint one to represent you. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing, sir?
No.
No, your preliminary hearing is scheduled for March the 15th at 8:30 via Zoom. Thank you.
Octavius Roberts.
Are you Quintavious Roberts?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Roberts, you're charged with brake light and signal violation. Your bond is $500. Driving with no insurance, $1,000. Obstruction of an officer, $2,500. And violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, $7,500. You have a total bond of $11,500. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. You have a preliminary hearing scheduled for March the 14th at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. And you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, sir. Thank you.
Purdue. Harry Purdue.
Can I ask you what that date was? Is it the 14th?
Gary Anthony Purdue. Everyone. Smith. Smith.
Are you Abdul Smith?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Smith, you're charged with trafficking. You have no bond set at this time. Should you get a bond, you must not violate any laws while out on bond. You have a preliminary hearing scheduled for March the 14th at 8:30 via Zoom, and you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney. Thank you, sir.
Gary Williams.
Are you Mr. Williams?
How you doing, Your Honor?
Good. Mr. Williams, you're charged with dropping the influence. Your bond is $5,000 on that charge, and improper erratic lane change, $500. You have a total bond of $5,500. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. You do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I am going to appoint one to represent you. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Oh, no, Your Honor.
Okay, your preliminary hearing is going to be on March the 15th at 8:30 via Zoom.
Your Honor, I have something to ask you. They said I had a hold in like another county. I don't know. You don't see that on there, do you?
I wouldn't be able to see that on my end, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't want to try to bond out and then,
Yeah, check with them. They'll be able to give you more information about that.
okay, all right.
Okay.
Terrence Williams. You go back to your room. What's up?
Are you with Terrence Williams?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Williams, you're charged with simple assault. Your bond is $2,500. You have special conditions to stay away from Morgan Burke. You must not violate any laws while out on bond.
Okay, because
You qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I am going to appoint one to represent you, sir.
Yes,
Do you
ma'am.
wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Oh, no, man, I don't even know that lady. She was a customer at my job. I don't even know her. I don't even know
All
if
right. Okay, thank you.
she.
Guys. If the ones who are sitting down, they ain't doing court, y'all go outside. Not doing court. Yeah, if you're not doing court, you can do whatever. I can't hear you. Okay. It'll be James and Miller.
Are you Mr. Johannes?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Johannes, you're charged with driving on a suspended license. Your bond is $1,500, and hit and run accident, your bond is $1,500. You have a total bond of $3,000. You do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I am going to appoint one to represent you. So you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am.
Okay, your preliminary hearing is going to be on March the 15th at 8:30 via Zoom. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
We're gonna be bringing up the fugitives, Your Honor.
Okay.
Brother Jones, Miller, come up. Jones, yes, sir. Take your name.
Robert Miller.
Are both of the fugitives, can both of the fugitives hear me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. All right, so both of you are being brought before the court today because you don't have charges pending against you here in Clayton County, but you have charges pending against you in another jurisdiction, and that jurisdiction is requesting your return. You are being charged with being a fugitive from those states. You may contest extradition or you may waive extradition voluntarily and return to the state requesting your return. If you decide to contest extradition, you'll be committed to the Clayton County Jail for an initial period of 30 days. During this time, a warrant will be prepared under the governor's signature for your extradition. I'm not allowing a bond at this time as you're wanted by another jurisdiction. If you do not wish to voluntarily return, you may file a petition for a writ of habeas corpus to contest the extradition. The petition may only contest the following things: whether the extradition documents are in order on the face, whether you are charged with a crime that actually exists in the demanding state, whether you are the person named in the request for extradition, and whether you are in fact the fugitive from justice. You cannot contest the issue of innocence or guilt at your extradition hearing. If you decide to voluntarily waive extradition and return to the state that's requesting your return, that state will have 30 days to come and get you. If they don't come and get you within 30 days, it can be requested that they have an additional 30 days based on the circumstances, but it's kind of like emergency circumstances. So do you wish to, well, let me start with Mr. Miller. Mr. Miller, it's the state of Indiana that is requesting your return. Would you like to waive extradition and go back to Indiana?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Just make sure you sign your waivers.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, and Mr. James? It is the state of Florida that's requesting your return. Would you like to waive extradition?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
This one right there. This one right there. Your Honor, they're filling out the forms right now, and that'll be everybody on the calendar for today.
Okay, I'll just be waiting on those waivers.
Yes, Your Honor, we'll be sending them shortly.
Okay, thank you. I can't hear you, muted.
Yes, ma'am. That's the one we would like to do last. That's the minute first.
So you want to do done last? Because he said you were gonna do it first.
Yes, ma'am. We're gonna do it last.
Last, okay, all right. Okay, so Misty Garcia. Ms. Garcia, you're charged with loitering and prowling. Your bond is $1,000. You have special conditions to stay away from 5567 Bryant Boulevard in Forest Park. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. You do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I am going to appoint one to represent you, ma'am. You do have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing? No? Okay, your preliminary hearing is going to be on March the 15th at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Jackson.
Are you Ms. Jackson?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Ms. Jackson, you're charged with battery, simple battery. Your bond is $2,500. And criminal damage to property, your bond is $6,500. You have a total bond of $9,000. You have special conditions to stay away from Brian Blake. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. You have a preliminary hearing scheduled for March the 16th at 8:30 via Zoom. Thank you, ma'am.
Your Honor, Ms. Dunn's coming up.
Ms. Dunn?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Dunn, you're charged with simple battery against law enforcement officer, battery against a law enforcement officer, and interference with government property. Your bond, is she still there?
No, Your Honor, she just walked out.
Okay, you want me to wait on her again?
No, she's probably not gonna come back out.
What do you know? Because I didn't see when she left. Did she hear her bond?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll go with it. I'm gonna set her down for a preliminary hearing for March the 16th at 8:30, okay?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
I will make sure she heard her bond. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor.
More.
All right, Kenya Menifee? Are you Miss Menifee?
No.
That's more.
Menifee? All right, Ms. Menifee, you're charged with simple battery. Your bond is $2,500. You have special conditions to stay away from Zachoria Cruz. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. Ma'am, you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I am going to appoint one to represent you. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes.
Thank you.
More.
Are you Ms. Moore?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Ms. Moore, you're charged with criminal damage to property in the second degree. Your bond is $6,000. You have special conditions to stay away from Shakayla Hurd. You can't return to 1146 Summerbrook Road in Atlanta. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. You have a preliminary hearing scheduled for March the 16th at 8:30 via Zoom, and you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney.
Can I
Thank
say
you,
something?
I'm sorry,
Can I say something?
not about your case. Is it a question about your bond?
It's about the address. That's my mother's address. That's not
Kayla, her address. Kayla, her address is another address.
But she,
She don't live there.
okay, well, I'm gonna keep it like this for now, because it says, the way it states it here is that you went into her bedroom and did these things. So you can talk to your attorney, and it can be modified, okay? All right, thank you, ma'am. Ms. Sagers?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Ms. Sagers, you're charged with violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. Your bond is $6,500. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. You have a preliminary hearing scheduled for March the 16th at 8:30 via Zoom. And you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Walker, you're charged with criminal trespass. Your bond is $2,500. You have special conditions to stay away from LaTonya Gordon. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. I don't see where you indicated whether you work or not. Do you work, ma'am?
Yes, I work at Wendy's. I have one question. That's my mother.
Okay, that's fine. You can't be around her right now.
She didn't press charges or nothing on me.
Well, you're in custody because of it, ma'am, so you can't be around her. All right. How much you make per month, ma'am?
I don't know. I just started this job.
Okay. I'm gonna appoint an attorney to represent you. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing?
Oh, can I know my bond again?
Your bond is $2,500.
Thank you.
Do you want to waive your preliminary hearing?
No.
Okay, your preliminary hearing is March the 15th at 8:30 via Zoom. Thank you.
At 2,500, right?
Yeah, you gotta pay a certain attention.
What's the third percent of the 2,500?
Ma'am, you're gonna have to ask somebody there. You're gonna have to do the math yourself. It's 15%. Okay.
What?
You wanna make your court date real fast.
Are you Ms. Watson?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Watson, you're charged with giving a false name, address, and date of birth. Your bond is $1,500. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. You do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I am going to appoint one to represent you. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Does that make it go faster?
If you want to go ahead and resolve your case, yes.
Yes, that's what I want to do.
Okay. Thank you.
No, it was,
Does it tell me a different, another court date?
yes.
Waive your hearing so you don't get another court date right now. Thank you.
Wait a minute, right there. That's gonna be everyone on 3 months out, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, Deputy Buchanan.
Right.
All right, we ready for the mails?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Bailey. Yeah.
All right, are you Mr. Marcus?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Marcus. Here. Mr. Marcus, you're charged with speeding. Your bond is $500. DUI, $5,000. Driving on a suspended license, $1,500. Open container violation, $500. And driving too fast for conditions, $500. You have a total bond of $8,000. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. You do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I am going to appoint one to represent you. Sir, do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yeah.
Your preliminary hearing is on March the 15th at 8:30 via Zoom.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
You're welcome.
Brown on that. Good job.
Okay, are you Mr. Brooks?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Brooks, you're charged with violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. Your bond is $6,000. Another count of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, $6,000. Use of possession of drug-related objects, $1,500. And possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime, $6,000. You have a total bond of $19,500. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. You have a preliminary hearing scheduled for March the 16th at 8:30 via Zoom. Thank you, sir. Are you correct, Mr. Craig? Craig Floyd?
Great. How you doing, y'all?
How you doing? Are you Mr. Craig?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Craig Floyd, you're charged with possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Your bond is $1,500, and tampering with evidence, $1,000, for a total bond of $2,500. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. Sir, you're charged with 2 misdemeanors, so you do have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is that all?
Yep, that's all.
Your Honor, I have a question.
Yes.
Do you have Mr. Chauncey Brown on your calendar? He was in court yesterday, and I realized he was on the calendar today again.
Yeah, I think what happened is they didn't include all of his charges on the bond order, but I realized that yesterday, so I added them to the bond order. So I think he's okay.
Can he go back?
I believe so. He can go back. I added those. If they look at the bond order from yesterday, I added 4 additional charges to the bond order, and those are the same charges that are on for today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, you're welcome.
Mr. Hammond? Yeah, you can go back to where you were. Yeah, go back. You want to get that? Hold on.
Are you Mr. Hammond?
Yes.
Mr. Hammond, you're charged with forgery in the 4th degree. Your bond is $3,500. Identity fraud, $6,500. Another count of identity fraud, $6,500, and forgery in the 4th degree, again, $3,500. You have a total bond of $20,000. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. Your preliminary hearing is scheduled for March the 16th at 8:30 via Zoom. Thank you, sir.
No, Hodge. If you're done, we can go with outside, there, you pretty much can go outside.
Are you Mr. Hodge?
Yes, ma'am.
Make sure we can.
One moment. Mr. Hodge, you're charged with battery. Your bond is $5,000. Aggravated assault, $15,000. And aggravated assault by strangulation, $10,000. You have a total bond of $30,000. You have special conditions to stay away from LaWanda Fox. You can't return to 6532 River Park Drive. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. I have indicated on your bond order that you can make an appointment with the sheriff's office within 10 days of your release to go get any personal belongings you have there. Your preliminary hearing is scheduled for March the 16th at 8:30, and you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes, sir.
Mitchell, you're charged with battery. Your bond is $5,000. You have special conditions to stay away from Naisha Sheffield. You can't return to 8886 East Bourne Drive in Jonesboro. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. I've indicated on your bond order that you can make an appointment with the sheriff's office within 10 days of your release to go get any personal belongings that you have there. Sir, since you're charged with a misdemeanor, you can waive your preliminary hearing. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, if it's about the bond, it can't be about the case.
It's about the bond.
Okay.
I'm not from Atlanta, Georgia. I live in North Carolina. I just moved up here recently. I don't really have anybody that can really, get my bond to pay for me. So she's the only one that has my money to pay for my bond. So
Well, you're not gonna be able to have any contact with her. And you know, with you waiving, it'll speed up your process as far as resolving your case if you can't bond out. So,
Will I be able to stay on a 48-hour bond hold?
I'm sorry,
What will happen if won't y'all eventually release me? If I
not
can't-
until you resolve your case, sir, or your bond is modified. Talk to your attorney. Okay, they may
Please.
be able to negotiate a consent bond with the state that's lower.
Will he see me today?
No, probably not, but within the next 72 hours, they will.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Are you Mr. Odubajo?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Ma'am, sir, you're charged with violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. Your bond is $10,000 on that charge, and obstruction of an officer, $2,500, for a total bond of $12,500. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. Your preliminary hearing is scheduled for March the 16th at 8:30, and you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, sir. Thank you. Are you Mr. Ruiz? Sir, you're charged with loitering and prowling. Your bond is $1,000. You have special conditions to stay away from 5567 Bryant Boulevard in Morrow. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. You do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I am going to appoint one to represent you. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Your preliminary hearing is on March the 15th at 8:30 via Zoom. Thank you, sir. Are you Mr. Stiff? Mr. Stiff, you're charged with battery. Your bond is $5,000. False imprisonment, your bond is $10,000 for a total bond of $15,000. You have special conditions to stay away from Brian Brown. You can't return to 644 Virginia Circle in Forest Park. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. I've indicated on your bond order that you can make an appointment with the sheriff's office within 10 days of your release to go get any personal belongings you have there. Your preliminary hearing is scheduled for March the 16th at 8:30, and you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney. Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, that has concluded our calendar for today.
Okay.
Okay, position 1 on the calendar is State of Georgia versus Tammy Renee Atkins.
Good morning, Your Honor. I attempted to meet with Ms. Atkins yesterday, but was unable to, so I would request a brief conference with her before I make further announcement.
Okay. Position number 2 is State of Georgia versus Shawayne Zawadi Branker.
Mr. Branker, defense is ready, Your Honor.
Okay. The state. Mr. Is it Simeon?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning.
The announcement from the defense is, good morning, sir. The announcement from the defense is that they are ready. What's the state's announcement?
Your officer, we're just waiting on Officer Brown to be present. Your Honor, that we're just waiting on our officer at this moment.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Little, by your announcement of ready, that means it's going to be a hearing?
That is our expectation, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, sir. Position number 3, State versus Alex Hammett.
Your Honor, I spoke with Ms. Hammett yesterday for a short period of time, but we got disconnected due to a bad connection. I would need to speak with her just a little bit longer. Hopefully it won't take more than a couple more minutes.
Okay. Position number 4, State versus Dwayne Levy. Mr. Seaman, is state ready?
So, Your Honor, it's my understanding that Mr. Levy or Miss Levy in this instance is out to bond, and that was already transferred to state court.
Okay.
It looks like they're being held in jail on a warrant for a different jurisdiction, but they have made bond on the Clayton County cases.
Okay. Position number 5, State versus D'Angelo Mallet.
Your Honor, Mr. Mallet, he was previously appointed to the Alfonso Crafts office. And so in anticipation of being appointed in this court, I went ahead and spoke with Mr. Mallet. And if he is appointed, if we are appointed to his case, he is ready to proceed with the preliminary hearing.
Okay. I will approve the appointment. This is one of those situations where I don't really understand how the cases are parceled out. But
it's my understanding that it was being evaluated for potential felony charges, but then it was probably sent back down because they found no reasons for that. But unfortunately, I'm sorry, Your Honor, that's my assumption of the situation. I couldn't speak for Mr. Kraft's office.
no, I understand. And you need to speak with Mr. Mallet?
No, Your Honor, I went ahead and spoke with Mr. Mallet. Assuming we are appointed, he would like to proceed with the preliminary hearing.
Okay. Well, orally, I'll grant that. And I just need a document.
I'll send that over shortly, an appointment order, Your Honor.
Actually, Your Honor, I'll prepare that so that Mr. Stock can deal with the other things he needs to deal with. I'll send the appointment order.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Gross. Position number 6, Michael Marcus.
Your Honor, Mr. Marcus currently does not have an attorney appointed, but just like with the other case, in anticipation of being appointed to him, I did speak with Mr. Marcus yesterday. If we are appointed to represent him, we would be prepared to go forward with the hearing.
Okay, so orally, I will grant that request. And I'll just wait to receive the documentation.
I'll prepare that one as well.
Thank you. Position number 7 is Cassie Michael.
Your Honor, for Cassie Michael, defense is ready for a hearing.
Okay. And I'm assuming the state's ready.
Yes, Your Honor, we're just awaiting again the presence of our officer on the Zoom hearing today, but the state would announce ready upon the appearance of that officer.
Okay, position number 9 is James Montgomery.
Your Honor, Mr. Montgomery would like to proceed with the preliminary hearing.
Okay. And what's the state's position?
The state is ready, Your Honor.
Position number 10 is Kendrick Morgan.
Your Honor, for Kendrick Morgan, we have a waiver prepared. I can send another copy of that if the court doesn't have a copy of it already.
Yes, please send that and make sure you put Miss Mary on the email.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mary.moultrie@claytoncountyga.gov. So, Miss Mary, I hope you're not going to get a whole bunch of emails from people on the internet. By putting your...
Yeah, you just put my email out there for everybody.
Okay. Position number 11 is Bobby Reed.
Same announcement from Mr. Reed, Your Honor. We have a previously prepared appointment order. I'll send that to Ms. Moultrie and to Your Honor's office.
Okay. So was that a waiver or hearing?
For Reed and Morgan, those are both waivers.
Okay. Position number 13 is Nicole Sanders.
For Sanders, we're ready for a hearing, Your Honor.
Okay. What's the state's announcement?
Your Honor, we're still waiting for the officer to arrive on the Zoom call this morning.
Okay. Position 14 is Aaron, is it Shobe or Shobe?
I believe it's Shobe. Yes, Shobe. Mr. Shobe, I'm anticipating he wants to proceed with the preliminary hearing. However, he didn't make an exact decision yesterday. I do need to speak with him for a few more minutes to double check to see what he wants to do, but I'm anticipating he wants the prelim.
Okay. And what's the state's position?
Your Honor, we're just waiting again. We're just awaiting the arrival of the officer on the Zoom call.
Okay. Position 16 is Asha Smith.
I believe that one is also transferred to state court as she is out to bond.
Okay. Position 18 is John Stevens.
Your Honor, Mr. John Stevens very much wants to have the preliminary hearing.
Okay. And what's the state's announcement?
We're just waiting on the officer in this matter, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Mr. Seaman, when we get to these cases, if the officer hasn't logged in, the case will be dismissed.
I understand, Your Honor. We've informed all the officers thus far. We haven't received any conflicts from those officers, so we're expecting them on the call this morning.
Okay. Position number 20 is Angela Swangen.
Your Honor, for Ms. Swangen, defense is prepared and ready for a hearing.
Okay.
Same announcement, Your Honor. We're just waiting on the officer.
Okay. Position 21 is Glenda Walker.
Your Honor, it looks like Ms. Walker is currently unrepresented. I'd be prepared to speak with her if we get appointed, but I was unable to meet with her at the jail. And again, she's not actually represented by us currently.
Okay. So I'll grant the verbal request to be appointed to represent Ms. Walker. And
I'll prepare that order, Your Honor.
Thank you. And I'll allow you to speak with her and you can make whatever announcement comes from that. Finally, position 24, Chad Oliver Warner.
Your Honor, it looks like Mr. Warner bonded out. I'm checking the, I wasn't able to meet with him yesterday. He didn't connect, and I guess that's why he didn't connect, because it looks like he bonded out. If I can get the state to confirm that.
Let me check, because I'm showing that I'm not showing that it was out the bond, but I'll have someone check real quick.
I see Chad Oliver Warner still booked into the jail.
Okay, let me ask the jail.
I must have improperly searched. I apologize. I would need to speak with Mr. Warner. I apologize, Your Honor.
Okay. So Mr. Warner is still in custody?
That's what it looks like. I mean, the sheriff's office can confirm.
Yes, Your Honor, he is.
I apologize, Your Honor. I searched again just now. I must have incorrectly searched the first time. Apologize. I do need to speak with Mr. Warner. He didn't attend yesterday's scheduled meeting.
So it looks like he's unrepresented. Is this a case that you're going to be requesting
Oh, Your
So
Honor, I
you're-
apologize. So he was previously appointed to the crafts office, and so we're anticipating that he would qualify for a public defender. But so yes, there is that.
Okay. Okay, so that completes the call of my calendar. Is it anyone that expected their client to be called or a name to be called and their name was not called? Okay. So gonna create these breakout rooms. And I'm going to place the state in breakout room number 1. I guess when the time comes, because I didn't, through my notes, didn't see where there was an instance where someone needed to speak to the state before speaking to their client.
I just need to speak to clients, Your Honor.
Okay, so I'm gonna, Ms. Gross, do you want to go into the breakout room with the jail also?
I don't need to, Your Honor. I'll just be preparing appointment orders.
Okay, so I'm gonna place Mr. Sudd, Mr. Little in the breakout room with the jail so they can speak with their clients. And then I'll wait to see if anyone needs to speak to Mr. Seaman.
Fantastic.
All right. I was say, Mr. Little, I haven't completed it yet. You got to wait until I actually am successful in my endeavor. Okay. I think that's gonna work. Okay, you should receive the links now.
And also, Judge, may I be placed in the breakout room? Well, I think I can, well, with the officers in this matter, Officer Biggers, Das or Das Brown, if you don't
Okay.
mind.
No, I don't mind.
Thank you.
Let's see. Uh-oh.
Your Honor, it looks like there was a timer on the breakout room, so we were all escorted out.
Yeah, that's what I said. Uh-oh.
Oh.
I think I pressed the wrong button. It's telling me the breakout rooms will close. And it's counting down.
Bond court is a free service, but it takes several hours of my time every day. Less than 10% of bond court viewers hit the like button, and less than 1% leave a comment. If you want bond court to continue to be available on YouTube for free, then please hit the like button and leave a comment on all of my videos.